Haoommm Radio. Haoommm Radio. But it's a podcast show.
Welcome to the Haoommm Show, brought to you by Compton Mania, and your host tonight, Sho Tyme Watkins.
The champ is here. The champ is here. Haoommm. Man, doesn't it feel good? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the season finale. And before we get into everything, I want to thank the team, the production house. Oh my God, we made it. And today's show is about to be the show of shows. Yes, we have two Compton natives that we're interviewing. One is a city council, one is a cowboy and a rapper. And we have a goat. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a GOAT. I'm talking about Rebecca Holding. We got Andre Hubcity Spicer, who's running for District 2 councilman. We got Randy Savvy, Compton cowboy, rapper. We have Zxire Beautiful. Oh my God. And we have Randy Savvy, who's doing a lovely performance. And of course, Rebecca has something. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to boom, get them socks off. Boom! Get them drawers out. Come on, them drawers. Today's episode is going to be about going after your dreams relentlessly. No matter where you come from, no matter where you go, no matter where you're going to. Ladies and gentlemen, never stop your dream. Go after everything you love. And now, my first guest.
Yeah.
Haoommm! Now, ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is a Compton native. City of Compton. That's right. Andre Hubcity Spicer. Just to give you some background, he is a Compton native. And for the last 10 years, he's had the Hub Radio, had it popping. And through the Hub Radio, there has been many backpack giveaways, food giveaways, bike giveaways, cleanups. We do need cleanups. And most importantly, he has been bridging the gap between the sheriff station and the community. That's really huge. And ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Andre Hubcity Dre Spicer.
The people united will never be defeated. Cesar Chavez. Compton, the Hub City, where our people are full of love and they gleam with pride. Black and brown are natural allies, living amongst each other, sharing both community and culture. With one land, with one love, one pride, and for some, one family. With strong values, strong character, work ethic, and great leadership. I mean, what is there not to love? From black love to brown pride, we watch each other's struggles as we share similar scars from common obstacles. We stand in solidarity, united behind the goal of creating a better quality of life within our shared community. Compton. Hub City love, Hub City pride. The Hub Radio.
Now, I see that you're running for District 2 councilman. So talk to me about your vision of Compton and the platform that you're running on.
All right, well, the platform I'm running on is public safety, economic development, housing, and culture. Those are the four things that I'm focusing on. The public safety aspect kind of touches on a few different things. So one, which is most dear to me, is our relationship with the law enforcement. Whether it be a sheriff department or the police department, we have to have some type of relationship between community and law enforcement. for me, it's about how we're being policed. You know, I want to have a say so in how we're being policed, what we want policed. What's important to me to be policed in my neighborhood. These are conversations I would like to have from a community standpoint to law enforcement, so that we're not just getting pulled over because we fit the description, or dealing with things like that. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect is just taking care of basic city needs, which would be street repair or tree trimming, or the graffiti removal. Things like that, which is very, it's major in our neighborhood,
Right.
Like let's just go with graffiti. Sure. Graffiti is major in our neighborhood because it tells a story. It tells a story of disrespect sometimes.
Yes.
And when you have those stories out there to be consistently read, and then it'll get a response, and then from the response you get activity. And from that activity, they have a higher crime rate. Yeah. So those basic things like cleaning up the graffiti is major because somebody might be offended by what the wall says. Right. So it's just addressing things that really directly affects our neighborhood.
Man, so that's crazy because that's really important. Now, also you said housing, because our property tax in Compton is higher than Beverly Hills. Like, what is that about?
So Compton does pay the highest in taxes.
How is that in our area? How it looks?
It's from a couple different things. Mainly, the tax comes from a school bond that we took a loan for a couple years back for $300 million. That we got to pay $900 million back for. It's something like that with those numbers, give or take a couple $100 million. But in my housing aspect, it's more of doing something with the homeless or doing something for the homeless. Right. So in order for, we have a lot of homelessness in Compton. We got people living on the streets all over the place. Yes. The only way we can get people to not live on the streets or to make it illegal to live on the streets is if you have somewhere for them to go, a shelter. Most cities that don't have a homeless issue usually have shelters. So you can make it illegal to live on the street if you have somewhere for them to go. We, in Compton, we don't have nowhere for them to go. So the first thing is we have to figure out shelter, a place for them to live. Also added to that, there's identified a program. It's a garage conversion program. It allows you a grant up to $50,000 to convert your garage to a living dwelling place for one family, a single family. And you can charge up to $1,000 a month, I think, on rent per month in that situation. So that actually helps out. Maybe you got a cousin, an aunt, nephew or something that might be down on his luck. And you want to convert your garage into a place for that person to live. There's a grant for that. And you can also make money off of that. But with everything has pros and cons. So with that, now you got more cars on the streets. You have more people wanting to park, all up and down the street. So that might cause another issue. Right. Another program that I identified, it's not actually a program, it's an idea I came up with, which was an investment opportunity for people most affected by homelessness. So the reason why people don't want, we all want shelters, but we just don't want it next door. Right. You know what I'm saying? We know we need a shelter. I just don't want you to put it right here. Right. And that's understandable. So what you do is you offer investment opportunities for people that's most affected. Identified a Boxables. It's a 20 by 20 square foot studio apartment, pretty much. Has 9 foot tall ceilings. It's fully furnished. They cost $50,000 a piece. So we all in this room got one. And we put it on a piece of land, and we decided, hey, we're gonna address homelessness. Right. Now, we'll talk about which homelessness we're gonna address. We'll figure out, we're gonna address homelessness. So now we all got one. We're all sitting on this land, and now we're gonna say, okay, let's identify our homelessness and go after that group. Now we'll let you stay here for free. We'll get you grants to stay here in these facilities. In order for you to stay here, you have to abide by our program. Now, this program is a 12-month course that has NA classes, AA classes, job training, financial literacy, meditation, yoga, all these different things just to help them acclimate themselves back to society.
Man, I need some promotion. He needs some promotion. Promotion? Promotion, yeah, man. All right, come over here. DNLdidit. Okay. You got it. DNLdidit.
So, like, do you have any last words for the Compton maniacs out there? Like, what should they do?
What they should do is, if they want to see a change, if you want to see a change in Compton, if you want to be a part of that change, you have to engage in the process. You can't expect things to change just because you wake up one morning and you're tired of it. You have to actually be involved in the game, play, see the process through, and just be a part of it all the way from beginning to end. And hold yourself accountable while holding your elected officials accountable.
Okay, and where can we find you at and all the information?
Yes, find me on all social media platforms. It's Zxire Spicer, .district 2. You can go to my website, AndreSpicer4Hubcity.com.
So you better look, because if you don't, we're going to kick your ass. I'm just playing. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right after this commercial break. Ugh. Welcome to the Tucker Street Block Club, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know it's a serious situation, but before we get into the seriousness, let's focus on these rules real quick. There's no smoking. You already know that. So,
all right,
put your weed away, okay? None of that.
Sure.
No cursing. Miss Jenkins, I don't need to hear none of that cursing today. No bullshitting. No exceptions. Alrighty, so, so our current situation, our city is a mess. We have potholes, high property tax. It's just ridiculous. You know, crime is crazy. Yeah. But let's talk about who's in office right now for District 2, since we're talking about District 2. All right. So our sitting councilman right now is Isaac Galvan, right? Yeah. So he was caught driving drunk. He got drunk at a political event that was sponsored by the city, got into a fight, and got his ass.
Oh, wow. He representing Compton.
He our council person?
Hey, listen.
How you supposed to protect the city and get his ass whooped?
So who can we vote for?
Have no fear. Andre Hubcity Dre Spicer is here.
Okay. Tell us about this man. What's his background first?
So he's a Compton native. Organized cleanups.
Wow.
In the city. He also was Michelle Chambers' liaison.
Okay, yeah. And we need brothers like that, right? We need brothers like
For
that.
the last 10 years, he's had the Hub Radio.
Oh, that's him. Yeah. I heard, yeah, that's okay, yeah. I know I'm going for Andre.
That's dope. But you motherfuckers know that it comes down to doing the work. Mm-hmm. So all this cheering and shit, it ain't gonna mean a damn thing if you don't fill out that ballot. True. This is our opportunity to make a change.
Right.
So who's with?
I'm with it. Let's give many opportunities, y'all.
Andre Spencer, baby.
Yeah. Spicer. Oh. And ladies and gentlemen, our second guest is also a Compton native, Randy Savvy. Ugh. Not only is he an activist, he's a Compton cowboy. And he's a rapper, super hard, talking about buck wild lyrics. Ugh. Wild lyrics. Ugh. And ladies and gentlemen, no more wait. Let's give a Haoommm welcome to Randy Savvy. Ugh. What's the deal? Man, oh man, let's get started. So let's talk about this Compton cowboy thing, because I don't think people really know that the city of Compton, we have cowboys. How did it start, bro?
Absolutely, bro. Well, you know, the founder of Compton was a farmer himself. He, Griffith D. Compton, when he came and settled in Compton, he actually chose that specific designation where he is now. He named it Richland Farms, Rich Land Farms, because the land was rich. And he loved to be able to harvest and do all these agricultural activities and have animals and stuff like that. So when he incorporated the city, he deeded that the community should remain an agricultural zone into perpetuity. So fast forward to 2020, it's still the farms. You know what I'm saying? It's farmers, ranchers, cowboys, and we all still there. So I'm just a representative of my environment, really. I'm just a product of my environment. You know, the irony, you know what I'm saying? Normally that would be what that looks like is, you know what I'm saying, some negative type of vibe, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm a positive representation of what it means to be a product of my environment. So I just I'm right here with my cowboy hat on it, representing Richland Farms, bro.
And that's dope. That's the main reason why I wanted to interview you, because so people can get a different look at Compton. Now, you also say... Now tell us, streets raised us, horses saved us. And do you believe that horses can heal the soul? And if so, how?
Yeah, man, horses are everything. Horses is where it starts and where it ends. You know, horses are such a magical, powerful creature. They really did come into our life at the most opportune time and really, you know, keep us away from all the negative outcomes, you know what I'm saying? Like, we grew up in Compton,
right.
90s, 80s, like, real deal, you know what I'm saying? And the only difference between us and a lot of the homies that didn't make it is that we had a ranch, right, and we had horses to go in the backyard and be in the backyard instead of in the front yard. Because you got to think, that's a life or death decision, you know what I'm saying? That difference is very profound. Like, in the front yard, on the street side, that's where the bad stuff happens. Drive-bys, domestic violence, you name it, right?
Right.
Backyard is, you know, you tuck behind the houses, that's like you safe, you got cover. So the horses being that the ranch was in the backyard, that's where we was in the back, and that's what kept us off the streets, quite literally off of the street,
right,
but also gave us something to do, something to give us a sense of responsibility and give us all these different life skills that ended up making us who we are today. So we owe it all to the horses, and they absolutely do change your soul. They rescue you. It's funny, like, even thinking about the tagline, streets raised us, horses saved us. Saved is a past tense word, right?
Right.
But I wake up every day and the horses save me every day because I live on the ranch, and my first thing I do when I get up, I heard put my shoes and my hoodie on and just go outside and just go be back in the back with the horses, just to look at them and breathe and get sun and wind and air. And that really just sets my tone for my day. It makes me feel peaceful. It makes me feel like, okay, reminds me of the simple things of life. Just nature, you know, earth, wind, air, you know what I'm saying, water, fire, whatever, and just that helps me keep perspective, and that helps me do everything I do from that. So I am who I am today. I owe it all to the horses. We all do it, though, me and the homies.
And I read something, or probably heard it somewhere, where basically a shootout and you would hide inside the horse's den. Like, did that, like, really, like, how did you deal with that trauma?
Well, yeah, I mean, the horses, the ranch always been our safe space. We always called it our safe haven. So no matter what anybody was going through, whether it was something going on at the house, something going on in the streets, like anything going on, the first resort is to pull up to the ranch. And I remember a couple times, man, we just been out there, and my pops used to always say, hey, man, don't hang out in the front. You know how it is, like going in the hood, like street lights coming on, y'all going in the back. Like,
straight up.
Sometimes the homies just be out there, we just start getting late, and, you know, we already got a little vibe set up, so we ain't really pressed to move like that. You know, we got the little drinks flowing, whatever, everybody chilling. And we done been out there late, and people come through popping, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that was the first thing, you know, we would do, is like nobody would run off into the streets or run through people's yards. We would all be jetting to the back. You know what I'm saying? We had the deep lot and we had the horses. We like, bro, these fools ain't finna come back here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was always our safe space. So they definitely saved our life countless times, metaphorically and quite literally, I would say.
And let's give a plug real quick. Let's talk about this book, The New Generation of Cowboy in American Heartland.
And now a word from one of our sponsors, Mr. Sho Tyme Watkins from Compton, Mania.
What's the deal, ladies and gentlemen? It's Deshaun Sho Tyme Watkins, Compton Mania. You know what the hottest thing is right now? You know what's a good way to build generational wealth, at the same time build up your family? You know what you can do? I know what you can do. Crypto infant. Yes, you want to learn about cryptocurrency and your kids will learn about it? They can pass that on down, play Fortnite and make money, talking about NFTs. Man, what you talking about? This is the best thing to do. Let the kids know their knowledge. Parents learning together. Generational wealth. We build family. We build teams. We build a future. Who you know do it? DNLdidit do it. Crypto infant. What you waiting on?
Yeah, so shout out to my boy Walter Thompson Hernandez, who's the author of our book. Actually, he, Mexican guy from Linwood, and he grew up seeing cowboys all around the area. He just wanted to know more. So when he got his job at the Times, he wanted to make his big debut splash as like a story that he really cared about. That would be good for the culture and good for the people. So he chose our story. We did that. Incredible feature for the New York Times, and that led to a book deal situation. And then he spent, a couple years with us, just recounting our stories, talking to us, interviewing us, just hanging out with us, and wrote the book, which just gives really perspective into each of the Compton Cowboys' life, who they are, what their dreams and goals are, and different emotions and situations that they've been through and what the big picture is. So that's how the book came together, and it's, you can get that anywhere, any major book retailer, and it's something real. So I'll definitely recommend people read it.
So go get the book. Compton Cowboys.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy again, Sho Tyme Watkins. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel at Compton Mania News. We give you wrestling. We give you the hood. We give you everything you need. But now it's time for B-Ball NFTs. Who we got? George Hill with the crossover. Anthony Davis, eat my soup. You tall, lanky, chin-having mother. Broken. Give him that. English. That's what we talking about. Oklahoma. But you lost to the Lakers. Yes, you did. LA all day. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. Who we got next? This is the best part. B-Ball NFTs. These are awesome, bro. Who we got? We got a James Harden, the beard. Get out of the way. Sorry, my guy. Sorry, you thought I was going to go through you, but I got over you. James with the Euro, bloop, all in your mouth. That's called greatness right there. 13, James Harden, and they won that one. It's going to be hard to beat Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen. But I feel like the Laker gang all day, but they scary. Let's see who we got next. Who we got? Oh, my God. Oh, Kendrick Nunn with a dunk. Look at this. Jamar Murray. Oh, come through. I will kill you. That's what that was. He said, listen, give the basketball a kiss, Murray. Mwah. You want some? Mwah. Yes. Man, Kendrick Nunn is a beast. Oh, my. They lost, though. And ladies and gentlemen, that's B-Ball NFT.
Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, Randy Savvy is going to take us to church with his hit song, Colorblind. Haoommm!
Maybe we not, but that's what I do, so. White chalk on the ground. Sometimes I wish I was colorblind, cause that shit ain't been found. Damn. We blessed the bottle, then pass. Wonder will it ever change? Been praying all my life for better days. Too many vacations. Mama's pillows looking like they been out in the rain, and niggas still new, red or blue. You gon' die for them cause they done die for you. That's the truth. Eulogies to prove it, but niggas that's cards that we dealt. Drowning, we need help. The niggas can't swim, we ain't no Michael Phelps. Pray for myself. Slave masters, we gon' slave round here. Ain't no house nigga shit, we in the field on the bitch for real. Red light. I was colorblind, cause that shit bring me down. Ay. Knew a couple soldiers that we blessed the bottle and pass it around. I'm so tired of that. Same shit, different. Live long enough to see your granny hairs turn gray. We done switched the whole shit, parents. Away them tears, Ray-Bans making bank, I can't take it. This shit a curse, gotta break it. We pass it down with all these agents of pain, trauma, that 44 Obama. Niggas got drama, they gotta stop it. But that's not it. I can promise if you take a second, read between the lines, you gon' find I don't even rap, I'm just on here speaking facts for my niggas in the hood, loading up another strap, plotting on the red light, blue light, yellow tape, black face, white chalk on them. White chalk on them. Some soldiers that went on some missions, lost and ain't been found. Damn.
Oh, whoa. Ah, ooh. How was it working with the Dr. Dre himself?
Man, working with Dre is surreal, man. I mean, that was always a dream, and just to be in his studio and in the booth, and he's on the boards, and just like he's just a different type of animal when it comes to music. Like he's such a perfectionist, and he's all about precision, and he's all about creative, and like when he gets in that mode, it's like don't talk to him, don't tell him nothing, and it's like he really elevated the song to its maximum potential, and I really appreciate him for that. And that's just his sauce, you know. That's just his sauce.
Wow. And the song is called Colorblind, and where can you get that thing at?
Yeah, you can get it on Spotify, Apple Music, any music retailer, any streaming service. It's out there. It's right now. It's my debut single, the Dr. Dre mix, Colorblind, and that's that joint.
And ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up one more time for my guy, Randy Savvy. Ooh! April Curtis from Knight Rider, get out of town!
You're very sweet.
How was it writing Kid?
Lovely, thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. And oh my goodness, the sisterhood. Ailey, what's the deal? I mean, I saw you with the guns and the swords. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. My goodness, I can't believe you're sitting here chilling. What are we going to eat today?
Do you think I could get water?
Water. Oh my God, water. I'm so thirsty. I'm glad you thought about that. It's been such a long day. Oh my goodness, you got an iPhone. Great. We're going to be friends on Instagram. Oh my God, you got to see my Instagram. It's so crazy. Like, I want to email you all this crazy stuff, man. You got to see it, man.
Maybe an iced tea.
An iced tea. Oh man, he's a great rapper. I mean, he's so dope. Have you seen him like doing like cop shows and stuff? It's so crazy. Like, oh, it's so wild. But here you go. I just added you right there, man. We're gonna be so great friends. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, I got a joke for you. Why did the chicken cross the road?
I have no idea.
You don't remember? You gotta get to know the chicken. Blub, 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 chicken, chicken. Oh, you ever heard that song? Chicken head, whoop, whoop, chicken head, whoop, chicken head, whoop, whoop.
I'm waiting for a friend, and maybe I could get an appetizer while I wait.
An appetizer? Oh, let's see what they got. We got the chocolate cake, and to be honest, the chocolate cake is cool, but it's not as good as the carrot cake. You feel me? The carrot cake could get it right. Actually, if you got diabetes, maybe neither one of them. Maybe a salad. Do you like salad?
I do, actually, and I'm getting very hungry.
Really? Oh, man, you got to try the Nina's Burger. It's so bomb. Oh, my God. They made it. It came from Carson, right? But it's really Compton, right? But it's crazy. It's a long story. But you're going to love it. It's like stare. You ever stare? Oh, my God. Stare. Wow. I can't believe I'm doing this with you. Oh, my God. So can we take a picture?
Why not?
Awesome. Cheese. Ah, oh my God, it's so great. Oh, it's so great.
You know, I will take that water if you don't mind, and I think you're neglecting some of your other customers.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they love Jesus. That's all good. You know, the Lord has been good. He's been, you know, everything.
Excuse me. Can I have a refill on my tea, please?
I'll be right back.
And I think that table over there needs a refill.
You need a refill too?
Well, my salad been dry. I asked for the dressing a long time ago, man.
Salad ain't supposed to be wet.
When you supposed to be sitting down?
Girl, you don't know
What kind
my
of waiter
job.
is this?
Damn.
Tea?
Yes, you ain't getting no tip.
Thank you.
Does he just take my tea?
Haoommm! And ladies and gentlemen, our final guest is a goat. A goat. Have you ever wrestled a goat? I have. Gentlemen, I have the legend, Rebecca Holden, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about the GOAT. She's done print, she's done modeling, she's done singing, she's done acting, syndication, I mean movies. She's amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, she's here.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Well, I think to answer that question accurately, we need to take a look at the chicken's childhood.
Now, let's talk about 1989. You had 2 songs, the crack, the country, and gospel, right? 100, right? The top 100.
I recorded for Curb Records in Nashville, yeah.
Wow.
And toured all over the place, all over the world, literally, with my band that was out of Nashville. And having done Knight Rider, which was then in syndication all around the world, I was very blessed that it opened a lot of doors and allowed me to tour with my music.
And that's dope because you also won the Independent Artist Award. 2 of them, right? One as just an independent artist and then one as a female.
I was very blessed.
Yes, you
Very
are.
nice.
Like, what kind of advice could you give people that have multiple different things that they want to get into? And how some people would say, you should only stick to this. Like, what kind of advice would you give to people?
Follow your dream, and I think we're all given various gifts and abilities and unique talents, and use them and study your craft.
That's right. That's right. Now, you mentioned Knight Rider. Knight Rider was so amazing. April Curtis, ladies and gentlemen. Haoommm! And then it was like one of my favorites. I love the Sisterhood Alley. That's my girl right there.
Thank you.
And I feel like that movie was also before its time because it was woman empowerment, a woman lead, and like just talk about those 2 things real quick.
Well, that was a fun film to shoot. We did it in the Philippines. We were there for probably 3 to 4 months, and we left the hotel in Manila and went out into the jungle every day on location, and went through a lot of primitive areas. And many of the Filipino people were actually in the movie, and the crew and extras and so on. And we became very close. You know, you become very close working and creating together over a period of time. I think we all cried when the movie was over because you know that it's very unlikely that you're ever going to see them again. But what has always stayed with me was their joy for life. They didn't have a lot materially, but they were so rich in spirit.
Wow, that's so powerful. And
so later, actually, I recorded a song. It was pitched to me by Richard Idrisi, who wrote actually the #3 most recorded song in all of history. That's Never My Love.
Ooh.
So he wrote this song called Baguio. And Baguio refers to the storms, the gigantic storms that they would have in the tropics. And in the song, those storms are analogous to the storms of life that we all go through, the challenges, trials, tribulations. But they serve a purpose, you know, because God cares more about the condition of our heart and our character than he does about our circumstances. And circumstances actually build character.
Right.
Because when we go through those challenges and trials, we become stronger. We become more humble. We become more grateful. And not only for God's gifts, but also grateful for God himself, because he's the one that gets us through the storms.
You better preach now.
So I recorded this with the legendary Trini Lopez, who just passed away this past year, but he did indeed have that joy for life.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very celebratory song.
And that's amazing. Like, I also want to get into, like, when you were at Knight Rider, the height of your career, I know you had put your career to the side for a second because you started taking care of a family member. Like, talk about how important family is.
Family is everything, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, the ones that we love. And so nothing else is quite as important. So you must make sure in life that your priorities are in the right order. You know, my family and my parents, they supported me and tried to allow their children to use their gifts by providing us with the lessons that we needed to learn our craft and study and be excellent at what we do. That's what we're to strive for excellence, because I think God, he gives us all different unique abilities, and then he puts our dreams in our heart to motivate us to use those gifts to make a difference in the lives of others. And you mentioned Knight Rider. That was the theme of the show. One man can make a difference.
Wow.
And I believe that's true. Because when we make a difference in the lives of those immediately around us, we inspire them to make a difference in the lives around them. And it becomes sort of like a ripple effect. And pretty soon, we have a pretty big difference in the world. Yeah.
That's really dope. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a commercial break to show you some of the work that Miss Rebecca Holden has been doing. Haoommm!
Mrs. Longworth?
Miss. Well, you can call me Christina. And you're?
Very grateful. Oh, you mean my name? My name is Anthony.
Anthony, is something wrong?
If there is, I can't see it from here.
Good morning, ladies. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice, Private Cassidy.
Why, thank you, ma'am. You know, you look right pretty yourself this morning.
How nice of you to notice.
I always try to find the beauty in everything. Make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes. Oh, honey, could I just have my copy of Pick and Pluck, please?
Pick and Pluck. I think I have a Pick and Pluck here.
Thank you, darling. Aren't you just the cutest little puppy dog? Make my brown eyes blue.
Here, you figure out the...
There is no excuse why you should not fulfill your dream. Rebecca Holden is an example from the time she was born to every day she does things that she only loves. She is amazing. She uses her full heart. And even now, like, you just put out something in 2020, Canaan Land. And you got more projects. Let's talk.
Yes, Canaan Land is a faith-based film, and we have another one in development that will star Kevin Sorbo that I'm very excited about. Canaan Land is just came out of post-production, being released now, and it's sort of an Elmer Gantry-esque, modern-day type of story. I play Sister Sarah, who is an evangelist and a gospel singer, and she has a pure heart and a sincere faith, and her nemesis is Brother Billy, who's one of those sort of con men, televangelists who fake miracles for money. Wow. And so it stirred up a little, discussion and controversy, but it's the story of redemption, Wow. And I'm also excited about the song that's featured in it, because I recorded a duet with multiple Dove Award winning and Grammy winning gospel artist Jason Crabb, who's just a phenomenal singer. And so we did a duet called Much Greater Love that rolls over the end credits. So.
Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, it's not a game. It's not a joke. Check out this performance of the lovely Rebecca Holden. Haoommm! Did you hear that beautiful performance? Did you see that beautiful band? They were it was awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Rebecca, where do we find this charity work you do? Where can we find your website? All that.
Thank you. Well, my website is www.rebeccaholden.com. Easy. That song I recorded for a telethon for the Get Together Foundation. They are a wonderful organization. They do so much important work. They built a homeless shelter. They support that. We do a telethon at Christmas for the kids. This last telethon was for COVID relief. And it's just such a privilege to play with these musicians, the Tribe Band. They are just brilliantly talented and skilled, and they're some of the top session players in town and some of the top touring musicians with some of the very top recording acts. And it's just a pleasure and a joy to make music with them.
Wow. And also the nonprofit organization.
Yes, the Get Together Foundation.
You heard it here.
So, and if you want to donate to them right now, if you just go to gettogetherla.org.
There it is there. Is there any last words you would like to say?
Oh, excuse me. It's Get Together Now.
Now!
GetTogetherNowLA.org. That's the website.
There it is there.
Got to get it right.
Got to get it right.
That's
get it right, keep it tight. And
right.
Any last words for anybody out there? Any last Rebecca wisdom that you can give the world?
We have one life. Live it. Follow your dreams.
And you heard it there. You have one life. Live your dreams. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the season finale of Haoommm.
Usual, but even better, so tell me what else. Better be careful around them niggas. You been on your shit, you slipping up a bit. You think I ain't know this. You had your back against the ropes, sis. We almost changed, you nearly folded. Then we called, I had to go, dolly. I find get stuck in my mind sometimes. I find hindsight, it can bind my strides. Price in my head, stack up my bread. I'm not gonna do it, that's not what I said. But if it don't change, then I dig my own grave. I lay in my bed, goddamn. Test for my soul, two sides I find in me, but I don't feel that way. Fight for vice, new life, new needs, new times I stray. I'm on the road with side of me's required for life today. Giving my soul's not my own, it's a small price to pay. If you wonder why you see us, me out, bound for greatness, whether sweet or VL. Choice of action not for me, just designed. It's the circumstance I see, not my desire. Living two lives to my heart's defense. Two faces like I'm Harvey Dent, always fade to fate, so I'ma take the chance. And if I gotta switch up, then I just repent. So no worry what's for me. I see how many moves I make, so many a face or a place for the takedown. Yeah, two-face. I had a couple friends do anything for a blue face, you know, true change. Came up with some niggas that'll pray for me in true faith. God do things, and now you see who I am. They got the view frame, and you was rolling their eyes, and they was doubting my time, and then they play my shit, and now they stiff, madam two sides. I know it's not me, probably all that you do, and still you don't follow no rules, cause they talking that smack, but Baloo, and I never pick me, but your man gon' choose. I your friend them too. I make up blueprints like glue. I don't count them in, I just groove. And I step for my ones cause they never miss twos. Test for my soul, two sides I find in me, but I don't feel that way. Fight for vice, new life, new needs, new times I stray. I'm on the road with side of me's required for life today. Giving my soul's not my own, it's a small price to pay. If you wonder why you see, ask me how. Bound for greatness, whether sweet or VL. Choice of action not from me, just design. It's the circumstance I see, it's not my desire. Living two lives in my heart's defense. Two faces like I'm Harvey Dent. Always fate or fate, so I'ma take the chance. And if I gotta switch up, then I just repent. So no worry, what's for me? I see how many moves I make, so many a face or a place for the takedown. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness, Zxire in the building. Haoommm! Harvey Dent in the building, man.
Yes.
First of all, I appreciate you for being on the season finale of Haoommm. And let's talk about the EP that just dropped.
Yes, yes. It's called Same But What Else. It dropped on the 19th. It's just a project that it's supposed to be a concept project, so basically detailing like the behind the norms, what we usually talk about, like, you know, a bunch of sex, drugs, money, all those things. But like, you know, behind those things, what else are we talking about and why?
That's real talk. We're talking about content at its finest, and you can find this everywhere.
Everywhere.
You want to give your social media?
My Instagram is Zxire_, and you can find me everywhere at Zxire, and on YouTube at the same. And if you type in Alex Pendria, that will come up as well.
Awesome, and y'all give it up for @Nate the producer over there on the keys, ladies and gentlemen. Haoommm!
Woo woo!
And see you later.
Haoommm Radio. Haoommm Radio. But it's a podcast show.